Your mind can be a beautiful servant, but it can also be a tyrannical master. It builds a labyrinth of what-ifs and should-haves, of past regrets and future fears, and then it convinces you there is no escape. You lie awake at night, replaying conversations from years ago, searching for a different word you could have said. You sit at your desk, trying to work, but your mind is in a courtroom, putting you on trial for a mistake you made last week. You are with people you love, but you are not really there. You are lost in the winding corridors of your own thoughts, worrying about futures that haven't happened, all while the precious real moments of your life pass you by, unnoticed. This isn't just thinking. This is a prison built brick by brick with each negative thought you identify with. It is the prison of overthinking, of rumination, of self-criticism. And the most terrifying part of this prison is that you are both the prisoner and the guard. If this sounds familiar, if you have ever felt trapped in the noisy, chaotic labyrinth of your own mind, then know this: there is a way out. And the key to escaping this prison is not to think harder, not to fight your thoughts, and not to search for a better, more positive thought. The key, as discovered by Viktor Frankl, is to understand 3 profound and liberating truths that change the game entirely. Frankl, who saw the human mind pushed to its absolute limits, understood that a free life was not a life without negative thoughts, but a life in which those thoughts no longer held any power. He discovered that freedom is not a state of mind, but a stance you take towards your mind. Today, you will be given the keys to that freedom. But first, you must claim it. You must make a conscious decision that you are no longer willing to be a prisoner. So before we reveal the first truth, I want you to perform a powerful act of self-liberation. Pause this video, go to the comments, and declare this to yourself and to the world. I am the master of my thoughts, not their prisoner. This is your declaration of independence. It is you taking your rightful place on the throne of your own mind. When you have written it, come back and let us unlock the door to the first truth. Truth number 1. You are not your mind's narrator. This is the foundational truth, the master key that unlocks all the others. The reason your negative thoughts have so much power over you is because you have fused your identity with them. You believe that the voice in your head is you, that anxious, critical, fearful narrator that is constantly chattering away. You think that's who you are. When it says, you're a failure, you believe it. When it says, they're all judging you, you believe it. When it says, you will never be good enough, you believe it. You have mistaken the radio for the listener. You have mistaken the actors on the stage for the audience. The first, most profound truth is this: you are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears the voice. There is the thought, and then there is the awareness of the thought. And you are the awareness. You are the vast, silent, spacious consciousness in which the thoughts appear and disappear. Your thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky. For your entire life, you have been identifying with the dark, stormy clouds, believing that you are the storm. Frankl's wisdom invites you to realize that you are, and always have been, the sky. The sky does not fight the clouds. It does not cling to the sunny clouds or push away the stormy ones. It simply allows them to pass. It provides the space for them to be without becoming them. This is the stance you must learn to take towards your own mind. This is not just a poetic metaphor. It is a practical, psychological technique. It is the practice of diffusion, of creating a space between you and your thoughts. When you are fused with a thought, you are entangled with it, controlled by it. When you diffuse from a thought, you can observe it from a distance, with curiosity and without judgment. So, how do you practice this? You start by changing your language. This is incredibly important. The next time a negative thought appears, instead of saying, I am a failure, I want you to pause and say, I am noticing that my mind is producing the thought that I am a failure. Do you feel the difference? I am a failure is a statement of identity. It is a judgment. It is a prison sentence. I am noticing my mind is producing the thought that I am a failure is an observation. It is a weather report. You are simply describing what the thought-producing machine of your mind is doing in this moment. You are separating yourself from the product. You are not the factory. You are the factory owner, observing the production line. Here are other phrases you can use. My mind is telling me the story that ... there's the not good enough thought again. I am aware of a feeling of anxiety and the thought that something bad will happen. This simple act of labeling your thoughts as thoughts and observing them as if you were a scientist studying a curious phenomenon is the beginning of all freedom. You are stepping out of the movie and taking your seat in the audience. The drama may still be playing on the screen, but you are no longer lost in it. When you do this, you realize something shocking. You realize that your thoughts have no inherent power. They are just words and images flickering through your consciousness. They are like pop-up ads on a computer screen. They can be annoying, they can be distracting, but they cannot force you to click. You have been clicking on every single negative pop-up ad for your entire life without realizing you had a choice. The first truth is that you have a choice. You can choose to step back and observe. You can choose to let the thoughts come and go without engaging with them, without fighting them, without believing them. You don't need to get rid of your negative thoughts. You just need to stop letting them be the narrator of your life. You are the narrator. Your thoughts are just suggestions, often very bad ones, from a very neurotic and overcautious scriptwriter in your head. You are the sky. You are the observer. You are the master. This is the first truth, and knowing it prepares you for the second. Truth number 2. Action is the antidote to obsession. The negative, overthinking mind thrives in one environment above all others: inaction. When you are passive, when you are still, when you are just sitting and thinking, the labyrinth of your mind becomes an inescapable maze. You pace the same corridors of worry. You circle the same drain of self-pity. You relive the same regrets. The mind, left to its own devices, will spin and spin, creating intricate webs of catastrophic thinking. You cannot think your way out of a thinking problem. Trying to use more thoughts to solve the problem of your thoughts is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It only makes the blaze stronger. The second profound truth is this: the cycle of negative thinking is not broken by a better thought, but by a deliberate action. Action is the antidote to obsession. Your mind is like a stagnant pond. When the water doesn't move, it becomes murky, filled with algae and decay. Negative thoughts breed in this stillness. Action is like a fresh, clean river that flows into the pond. It stirs the water, clears the murkiness, and brings life back to the system. Frankl's philosophy was relentlessly focused on this principle. He taught that meaning is not found in contemplation alone. It is found in taking responsible action in the world. He understood that the human being is not designed to sit and passively observe life. We are designed to participate, to create, to respond. When you are trapped in a loop of negative thought, the worst thing you can do is to sit and wait for the feeling to pass. The most powerful thing you can do is to get up and act. The action doesn't have to be monumental. In fact, it is often the smallest, most mundane action that is the most powerful. Are you obsessing over a mistake you made? Get up and wash the dishes. Not later, right now. Feel the warm water on your hands. Focus on the simple physical task of scrubbing a plate. This small act of deliberate, present moment action breaks the hypnotic spell of your thoughts. It pulls you out of the imaginary world of your head and anchors you in the real, physical world. Are you paralyzed by anxiety about the future? Go for a walk. Don't listen to a podcast. Don't talk on the phone. Just walk. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the trees, the sky, the sounds of the world around you. Action moves the anxious energy out of your mind and through your body. This is not about distraction. It is about re-engagement. It is about remembering that you are more than just a thinking mind. You are a body. You are a being in the world. And your salvation lies not in your head, but in your hands and your feet. The key is to connect your action to your values. Frankl taught that the most meaningful actions are those that serve something beyond our own comfort. So, when you feel yourself spiraling into negative thought, ask yourself, what is one small action I can take right now that aligns with the person I want to be? If you value health, the action might be to do 5 push-ups. If you value knowledge, the action might be to read 1 page of a good book. If you value connection, The action might be to send one text message to a friend, asking how they are doing. Notice the pattern. The action is always small, immediate, and concrete. It is something you can do right now, in the next 5 minutes. This is the 5-minute antidote. You don't need to solve your whole life. You just need to break the cycle of obsession for the next 5 minutes by taking one small, value-driven action. The negative mind is a master of lies. It will tell you, "I'm too tired to act. It's pointless. I'll do it later." You must learn to see these for what they are. Excuses designed to keep you in the prison of thought, because that is where the negative mind feels powerful. Your action is an act of rebellion. It is you saying to that tyrannical master, "You do not give the orders here. I do." The more you practice this, the weaker the voice of obsession becomes, and the stronger your own sense of agency grows. You cannot escape the labyrinth by thinking about the exit. You escape by taking one step, and then another, and then another. Action is the thread that will lead you out. This is the second great truth. Truth number 3. Meaning makes negativity irrelevant. We now arrive at the ultimate truth, the one that provides the final, lasting solution. We've learned to separate ourselves from our thoughts. We've learned to break the cycle with action. But what is the long-term strategy for making sure the labyrinth doesn't rebuild itself? You can have the best tools for escaping a prison, but if you have nowhere to go once you're out, you are likely to end up back inside. The third and final truth is about building a world outside the prison that is so compelling, so beautiful, and so important that the prison itself becomes an afterthought. The third truth is this: a strong sense of meaning and purpose is the ultimate antidote to negative thinking, because it makes the negativity irrelevant. Negative thoughts, anxieties, and worries get their power from the context in which they appear. Imagine your life is a small, shallow rowboat. A single negative thought, like a small wave, can feel like a life-threatening event. It can rock your entire boat, threaten to capsize you. You are constantly bailing out water, terrified of every ripple. Now, imagine your life is a massive, deep-hulled ocean liner. The same small wave, the same negative thought approaches. What happens? Nothing. The wave breaks against the hull, and you barely even feel it. The thought is still there. The wave still exists. But in the context of your vast, purpose-driven vessel, it is insignificant. Your purpose is the depth of your ship. Without a deep and compelling why for your life, you are the rowboat. You are at the mercy of every passing thought, every mood swing, every external event. Your mind is in a constant state of high alert because you lack a larger context. Frankl called this the existential vacuum. The mind abhors a vacuum. If you do not consciously fill your life with meaning, your mind will automatically fill it with noise, anxiety, and obsessive thought. It is the default setting for a purposeless existence. When you have a strong sense of meaning, a purpose that gets you out of bed in the morning, your negative thoughts don't necessarily disappear, but their power is radically diminished. They become what they truly are: background noise. When you are deeply engaged in your work, a work you believe in, the thought, "I'm not good enough," might still appear. But you don't have time to argue with it. You have work to do. Your purpose is more important than your self-doubt. When you are dedicated to caring for your family, the thought, "What if something terrible happens?" might still arise. But you don't have the luxury of indulging it. Your responsibility to love and protect is more compelling than your fear. Your purpose gives you a reason to override the noise. It provides the ultimate motivation. It is your North Star. When you are navigating by a North Star, you don't get distracted by every barking dog on the side of the road. You have a destination. You have a direction. So, how do you build this ocean liner? How do you find this North Star? You do it by answering life's call every single day. You do it by taking those small, value-driven actions we talked about in the second truth. Meaning is not a lightning bolt of revelation. It is something you build, brick by brick, with each responsible choice. Ask yourself, what am I willing to suffer for? The answer to that question is the beginning of your purpose. What is a problem in the world that I can help solve, even in a tiny way? What is a value I can embody, even when it's difficult? Who is a person I can serve, even when I don't feel like it? The more you orient your life around these outward-facing, contribution-based goals, the deeper your ship becomes. Your life is no longer about the small, petty drama of your own ego. It becomes about something much larger. And in that larger context, your negative thoughts are exposed for the small, insignificant things they truly are. The ultimate way to break free from negative thoughts is not to fight them, but to make them irrelevant. You do this by building a life so full of meaning, purpose, and love that the thoughts simply have no room to take hold. You build a life that is more interesting than your own internal drama. Let us bring these three truths into a final, clear focus. The prison of negative thought is built on a series of illusions. The three truths of Viktor Frankl are the keys that shatter those illusions. Truth number 1, you are not your mind's narrator. This is the truth of awareness. It shatters the illusion that you are your thoughts and grants you the freedom to observe. Truth number 2, action is the antidote to obsession. This is the truth of responsibility. It shatters the illusion that you can think your way to freedom and grants you the power to act your way out. And truth number 3, meaning makes negativity irrelevant. This is the truth of purpose. It shatters the illusion that your thoughts are the most important thing in your life and grants you a reason to focus on something infinitely larger. Awareness, responsibility, purpose. This is your toolkit. This is your path to freedom. Look one last time at the words you wrote in the comments. I am the master of my thoughts, not their prisoner. This is no longer just an affirmation. You now have the three truths that make this a living reality. The labyrinth is real. The negative thoughts will come, but you are no longer lost inside it. You are no longer a prisoner. You are the one who holds the map, and now you know the way out. The way is not to fight the maze, but to rise above it.